Here's another division problem, and it has a lot of pluses and minuses. So right off the bat, you should be thinking, okay, if there's lots of pluses and minuses involved, I'm going to have to be probably doing some factoring. But that's not the first thing I'm going to do this time. The first thing I'm going to do is take this division and turn it into multiplication, and then flip that second fraction, take that reciprocal. Because I know that dividing by something and multiplying by its reciprocal are the same thing. That's a really important little factoid to be aware of, especially as you move forward in higher level math, that we often think of division as multiplication by a reciprocal. So now that I've got this thing changed into a multiplication problem, it is exactly like problems you did in the last section, so all those rules still apply. So it's just a chance for us to practice our factoring and see if we can get things to look the same. And this is a tricky part, so take your time here. Don't try to rush this, Look at every single piece separately and factor it. So if I factor this, it's going to be, I believe, x minus 2, x minus 3. If I factor the next one, it's x plus 2, x plus 3, multiplied by, here there's a common factor of 3 that I could pull out, and then that becomes an x minus 2. So sometimes one of the questions that comes up is, is it appropriate to try to cancel before you flip? And the answer is it's not. The only thing that's appropriate to do here is what I did here, is to start by taking the division, making multiplication, and flipping that over. That needs to be the first thing you do before you do anything else. So just kind of keep that in mind. So now that I've got this like this, you can be the kind of person who writes this whole numerator out as one whole thing, and the whole denominator as one whole thing. But I'm running out of space here, so I'm just going to look for things that are the same on the top and on the bottom. And I'm noticing that this x minus 2 and this x minus 2 are the same. This x minus 2 doesn't have any friends, but this 3 doesn't have, but this and this cancel. So my final answer is going to be 3 with an x minus 3 on the top and an x plus 2 on the bottom. So very similar to the last section, with the exception of that very first step. And once you do that, everything else is just practicing that awesome skill of factoring and looking for things that are the same. Good luck.